Okay, good morning. So what we're going to be talking about today is combining like terms and using that to find the perimeter. Okay, so it's going to be a lot like the video you watched yesterday that Ms. Dominguez made. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a lot of the same stuff, and you're going to hear a lot of the same terms. Okay, so let's get started here. So again, just kind of reminder from I think 4th grade. So to find the perimeter, you have to add all the side lengths, not just the ones that are listed, add every single one, okay? So for example, triangle, we add all 3 sides. Rectangles, we add all 4 sides, right? Easy. Okay, so example 1, we're gonna find the perimeter, and remember, we add side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3, okay? So in this example, I have 3 sides, right? I have x plus 5, I have 4x, and I have x minus 6, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to make little classrooms, like Ms. Dominguez said yesterday, to help us help us combine like terms, okay? So I'm going to do it off to the left where I have some room. I'm going to make a little classroom here, and then a little classroom here, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite all my sides, okay? Let me do it in blue. Okay, so we're gonna rewrite all of them, and so they're all in one line. So my first side, I had x plus 5. So I'm gonna write x plus 5 plus 4x, my second side, plus x minus 6. Okay, so I have all 3 sides there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add like terms. I'm gonna put the like terms into the right classroom so I can add them, okay? So let's start at the front. So I have an x here, right? So I have 1x. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna add that into this first classroom. So I'm gonna do plus x, right? Because there's no sign in front of it, which means it's a positive, okay? Now I have a positive 5, right? So it doesn't have an x, right? So that means these are not like terms. So I'm going to give this positive 5 its own classroom because it's a constant. If I can get the right color to work. There we go. So I have a positive 5. So I'm going to put that positive 5 here in the next classroom, okay? Now we go to the next one. So I have 4x, right? So 4x has the same like terms as the x. So I'm going to put a little box around that. And I'm going to put the 4x in the same classroom as I put the other x. See that? 4x. Okay, and now we go to the next one. So I have plus x again. So obviously, that's going to go in the same classroom as the other plus x. Plus x. Okay, and then lastly, I have a minus 6. Okay, so that is another constant. So that's going to go in the constant classroom. So again, make sure that you do take the minus, because if not, it'll screw everything up. Okay, so make sure you put minus 6. Okay, so that's all my terms. So now I'm going to add up each classroom and write my final answer. So over here, so when I add up my x's, remember we draw the line across, and I'm going to add them up. Okay, so when I add my x's, I have 1x plus 4x's plus 1x plus another x. So that gives me plus 6x. Okay, so I get 6x over here. And then when I add my constants, I get plus 5 minus 6, which gives me minus 1. Okay, so when I put it all together, my final answer, I'm going to write it down here. I get that my perimeter, let me use a different color. I get that my perimeter equals, right, 6x, because that's how many x's I had, minus 1. Okay, 6x minus 1. Let me see if I can make that a different color. 6x minus 1, right there. So this triangle, the perimeter of this triangle is 6x minus 1. That's it. That's all we got to really do. Okay, let's go to this next shape. So this next rectangle. So I have 2x plus 5 and 3x minus 3 on this side. So I know if I have a rectangle, right? If this side right here is 2x plus 5, then this bottom side should be the same thing, right? It's going to be 2x minus 5 too. So I'm going to go and label that down here. So 2x plus 5. So I have 2x plus 5 down here. And same thing, since this side is 3x minus 3, the left side is also 3x minus 3. Okay, so let's put that right there on that side. Okay, now we have all four sides. So again, what I'm going to do is list all of my sides together, and then we're going to add them up. So let's do that right here. So the perimeter equals, so I have 2x plus 5. Put that in parentheses. There we go. Plus 3x minus 3 plus 2x plus 5 again plus 3x minus 3. Okay, so we have all the sides. Now we can start combining like terms. Okay, so just to kind of make things quicker, I'm going to box all of my x's with a red box. So I'm going to do that real quick right now. So all my x's, I have a 2x right here, a 3x right here, 2x right here, 3x right there. Okay, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to box all my constants with that same kind of lime green color. So plus 5 is a constant, minus 3 is a constant, another plus 5, and another minus 3. Okay, so now we can make our classrooms. And now it's going to be kind of faster because we already have everything labeled. So I'm going to go do this on the left side. So I have a classroom here, and I have another one here. All right, so let's go ahead and add our x's first. So remember, our x is the thing we boxed in red. Okay, so I have 2x, so a positive 2x. Okay, I have also another positive 3x, and then I have another positive 2x, and then lastly, I have another positive 3x. Okay, so all my x's are in their proper classroom. Now we go to the constants. So let's add those in. So we'll start with the positive 5, right? And then we have a negative 3. So make sure you put the right sign. Then I have another positive 5 and another negative 3. Okay. Now we draw our line and add everything up. We draw our line. Okay. And we add up. So on the x's side, right, I have 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. So I get 10. So I get 10x. Sorry, positive 10x. And then on my constant side, I'm adding up 5 minus 3 plus 5 minus 3. So that should be a positive 4. Okay. So I'm going to bring all this together. I'm going to write my final answer right underneath here. Okay, so I can have some room. So for my final answer, when I put everything together, I get the perimeter. There we go. Perimeter equals 10x, right? Because I had 10x here. Nope, 10x plus 4. Let's put it all together. There we go. 10x plus 4. Okay. So this perimeter right here is the perimeter of this rectangle with all these sides. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm not going to do this bottom one because it's the same as this rectangle. Okay. So let's clear that and we'll go to our next page. Clear that. Okay. Next page. Nope, not yet. Now we go to the next page. There we go. Okay. So number 11. Number 11 says, or sorry, not number 11, page 11, example 4 says the width of the rectangle is 3 less than the length, x. Write an expression for perimeter, okay? So right off the bat, they tell us a few things. So the important thing that they tell us here is they actually give us the length, right? They tell us the length is x. So I'm going to go put a little x here. Okay. So now again, since the length is x, right, that also means this side is x. So I'm going to go put an x on that side. Okay. So we have that. Now we have to write in the width. So they tell us the width is 3 less than the length. Okay. So we might think that that answer is 3 minus x, right? But we've learned, hopefully by now, we've learned that when we see the phrase less than, we have to flip, okay? So it's not going to be 3 minus x. My width is going to be x minus 3, okay? So we're going to put this down here. That's going to be my width, okay? And since that side is x minus 3, this side is also going to be x minus 3. Oops. There we go, x minus 3, okay? So now we just do what we did on the previous page, right? We're going to write it all out, make our classrooms, add it up. That's it. So let's do that. So I'm going to write everything all together. I'll write it down here. So my perimeter equals, so I have x, right? So x plus x minus 3 plus x plus x minus 3, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to box all the like terms, okay? So we're going to box, let's box the x's in blue. So I have an x here, x by itself here, x here, x here, x here, okay? And then we're going to box the constants, let's say yellow. So I have minus 3 here. I can't see that well. It's okay. And then minus 3 here. It's only a couple constants. So now what we're going to do is make our classrooms. I'll make them over here on the left. So I have 1 for my x's, 1 for my constants. And now we can go ahead and list our x's. So right here, I have, right, a positive x, another positive x, another positive x, and another positive x, right? I have 4 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to add them all up. Now, I'm going to go and add my constants. So my constants, I have negative 3. What's negative 3? There we go. And another negative 3, right? I have 2 negative 3s. Okay. So now we draw our line. Boom, all into that. And we add them up. So with the x's, right? I have 4 x's, which adds up to, surprisingly, 4x. Okay. Then we can add the constants. Negative 3 plus negative 3 gives me negative 6. Okay. Then we put it all together. Let me move this. Okay. So I'm going to put this right underneath. So my final answer, the perimeter equals 4x minus 6. Okay. Y'all see that? So my width was x minus 3. My length was x. We put it all together, added up all our like terms, and then boom, we got our perimeter. Okay. Now let's go to number 5, example 5. So we're going to do this the exact same way. Okay. It's going to get kind of repetitive, but that's okay. So they tell me, or I want to find x if the perimeter of the rectangle is 96, given the side lengths of 2x plus 2 and x minus 1. So here, they give us the side length. We don't have to do anything with that. That's good. So let's write these in. Oh, no, what happened? There we go. Okay. So let's write these in a different color. So this is going to be 2x plus 2. It doesn't matter which side because they don't really specify here. But if this side's 2x plus 2, then that means this bottom one also needs to be 2x plus 2. Okay. And so that means this side is going to be x minus 1. And that also means this side is going to be x minus 1. Okay. So we have all 4 sides. Now, just like before, we're gonna list them out. So perimeter equals parentheses 2x plus 2 plus x minus 1 plus 2x plus 2 plus x minus 1. Whoa, that was kind of long. Let me see if I can leave it on one line. There we go. So I put it on one line, and there we go. So now we're gonna box our like terms. So I'm gonna box my x's in red. So I have 2x here. I have 1x here. I have 2x's here. 1x here. Okay. Now we're gonna box our constants. So I have plus 2 here, minus 1 here, plus 2 here, minus 1 here. Okay. And we can put them in our classrooms. So let's make some real quick. I'll make them on the right side this time. Oh, that's green. I don't want to do that. It's gonna look all weird. So there's one, and there's one for my x's, and here's the one for my constants. Okay. So let's put our x's on the one on the left. So I have 2x, right? Oh, positive 2x. Almost forgot that. So I have positive 2x. I have a positive x. I have another positive 2x and another positive x. Okay. Now we can go to the constants. So in the constants, I have a positive 2. Oh, not yet. A positive 2, a minus 1, another positive 2, and another minus 1. Okay. So just like we've been doing, draw our line, just like that, and we can add them up. So right here, I get 2x plus 1x plus 2x plus 1x. I get positive 6x. Okay. Then when I add up my constants, I get 2 minus 1 plus 2 minus 1. I get plus 2, right? Positive 2. Okay. So now we can put it all together. So let me try to move some stuff. There we go. So my final perimeter, I get perimeter equals 6x plus 2, right? But wait, this one's different. They tell me the perimeter is 96, right? So I can write 6x, or I can write, no, I'll write it like that. So I can write 96 equals 6x plus 2, right? But it looks a little funky that way, so I want to write it this way. 6x plus 2 equals 96, okay? I like that answer the best, and that's kind of, I like it. It just looks better, okay? So the perimeter of 6x plus 2 is the perimeter of this rectangle, and we know that adds up to 96. So eventually we'll learn how to solve that, but right now, all we care about is that you can get that perimeter, okay? So this is the proper answer that we want, just like that, okay? So let's clear this, and we'll go to the last page. So let me get out of this, last page, page 12. Okay, so last one. Sorry. So this one says, a rectangular room has a perimeter of 80 yards. The width of the rug is 3 times as long as the length. Find the width, okay? So here we go. So just like what we've been doing, we're gonna label our sides first, okay? So they tell me the length is X, right? That's the easiest thing we can do. So let's go and we put the length equals X, right? So if that's X, we know this side is also X, okay? Now, they tell me that the width of the rug is 3 times as long as the length, okay? So hopefully when y'all been translating expressions, you will know that 3 times means we're gonna multiply by 3, right? So if the length is X, that means the width is 3 times X, so 3X, okay? And if that side's 3X, that means this side is also 3X, okay? And don't worry about this triangle. I think that was a mistake because we've already done that one. So I'm gonna try to cover it real quick. There we go. So don't worry about that. So back to our rectangle. So if y'all remember what we do, we're going to list out all the sides. So let's list them out. I'm going to list them out down here where we have a bunch of room. So perimeter equals, right? We have 3x plus x plus 3x plus x. There we go. Okay. So this is an easy one. So for this one, we're only going to have one little classroom. I'll do it over here. You can have one classroom. Because if you see, they're all like terms, which is pretty cool. So we're going to box them all up just like we normally would. I'm not going to do anything differently. So 3x, the like term, x, 3x, and x. Okay, so let's put them all in our classroom. So I have positive 3x, positive x, positive 3x again, and positive x. Okay, so all of those. Luckily, we only have one like term, so this one's really easy. So we draw our little line, just like that, and we add them up. So when I add them up, I get 3x plus 1x plus 3x plus 1x. We get positive 8x, okay? So that means my perimeter is just 8x, right? But again, they tell me that the perimeter is 80 yards. So I can rewrite this as 80 equals 8x, or 8x equals 80, right? It just, I don't know, it looks better that way to me, but whatever way I prefer. I like this way. So I'm gonna put a little box around that, and we will be done with these notes. Okay, so again, the perimeter of the rectangle is 8x, and we also know it's 80, okay? So we would write that as 8x equals 80, okay? So that's all for now. If you have any questions, make sure y'all ask your teacher, and that's about it. So y'all have a great day.